RARE introduces a fundamentally new way to build domain-specific AI systems. While regular LLMs try to memorize knowledge inside their parameters, RARE keeps knowledge external and focuses on developing reasoning skills. This approach is inspired by Bloom's taxonomy in education theory. By separating knowledge storage from reasoning development, RARE addresses the twin challenges of knowledge hallucination and inefficient reasoning that plague current models, especially in specialized domains like medicine.
Figure 1 shows how RARE connects to educational theory through Bloom's taxonomy. The pyramid represents cognitive skills from basic memory to advanced creation. When applied to AI, the bottom levels, remembering facts, require enormous parameter space, but don't necessarily lead to good reasoning. The example shows how understanding QE requires both domain facts and economic reasoning chains. RARE's insight is that memorizing all domain facts is inefficient. Better to store those externally and focus model training on developing reasoning capabilities. Section 3 explains RARE's theoretical foundation. The researchers analyze how standard models spend significant capacity on knowledge memorization at the expense of reasoning. RARE changes this by providing relevant knowledge during training through retrieval. The mathematical analysis shows how RARE transforms the learning objectives. Instead of learning to remember, models learn to reason with provided information. This creates models that can efficiently use external knowledge bases without sacrificing reasoning quality. The approach uses distillation from larger models to create high-quality training examples. Figure 2 provides a concrete example comparing standard RAG to RARE, using a diabetes treatment scenario. The standard RAG model makes a superficial assessment based on elevated blood glucose, recommending immediate insulin therapy. In contrast, the RARE-trained model shows more sophisticated clinical reasoning. It considers the full context, including treatment history and individualized care principles. This leads to the correct recommendation, adding a sulfonylurea as second-line therapy. This example shows how RARE produces more medically sound reasoning and better clinical decisions. Section 4 presents the experimental results, which are impressive. The researchers tested RARE across multiple medical benchmarks, comparing against various baselines. Even small 7 to 8B parameter models trained with RARE consistently outperformed much larger models, including GPT-4. For example, RARE-trained Llama 3.18b achieved 82.10% accuracy on MedQA compared to GPT-4's 80.99%. The most dramatic improvements came on specialized tasks like PubMed-QA, where RARE-trained models showed up to 20% higher accuracy than standard approaches. These results validate RARE's fundamental premise. To pack all knowledge into model parameters, RARE externalizes knowledge to databases and focuses model training on reasoning capabilities. The results show this approach is more effective than simply scaling up models or using standard retrieval methods. RARE-trained models are not only more accurate but also more practical. Knowledge can be updated without retraining, and smaller models can perform at levels that previously required much larger ones. This approach points to a more sustainable path for developing domain-specific AI.